Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't subscribe my channel, please do subscribe. And if you like the any videos, please do the like and subscribe my channel and share it if it's possible. Okay, we talked about earlier. We're in the Terraform series. As of now, we have done the 4 videos. Now I'm going to use the Terraform. Uh, so what Terraform is going to do? Terraform will provision the server, or we can manage the infrastructure. So we can create we can create the services, or we can manage, we can destroy, we can do anything. It's guys it's a orchestration provisioning tool, Terraform. So what will do Terraform now? Let's say for example, if you want to do any configuration management generally, how it will going to work? Configuration management, when you create a EC2 server, so on the top of that, if you want to deploy any configuration management like Java, or or any Tomcat service, or nginx, or anything configuration setup. But if you want to add as part of the boot process, if you want to deploy anything, if you want to configure anything inside your server, so there is a concept called user data, Terraform user data. What is meant by Terraform user data? So when you create a server, then you do in the boot process. As part of the boot process, we are going to run the few commands which is required for the in real world. So generally in real world, we can install any packages, or at the same time we can set up a DNS setup, which requires the IP setup. We are going to do. So I'm going to give one example how we are going to do, how it is going to use data is going to work in real world more efficiently. Uh, okay. Okay, let's start with the user data. Now I'm in the one of the environment I create locally. It doesn't matter. So let's take it over the server, world files. We don't require now. So now what I did actually. So we have variable. Okay, we have a .tf call Terraform file. Inside what is Terraform file? If you can see my previous videos, then you can understand. I'm just following one after one. I'm just following the concept one after one. Now everything would be the same. Now I call it as a one more argument called user data. User data. So what is user data? So in user data, okay, what I did in user data, I call it as a file, and we can call it as a template. There is multiple ways. I'll go with the file, and there is a call. I'm going to call it install.sh file. So what is install? If you can see here, okay, so I'm going to install the nginx services and the systemctl enable nginx and the systemctl start nginx. So basically this is Ubuntu AMI which I am using. So that's why I call it as a provider. APT get is my provider, and then I'm installing the nginx and then starting the services. So we don't want to anything, I don't want to do any kind of setup. Even if I want to install Java also, what I will do, I'll go ahead and if I want to install Java, let's go ahead and sudo apt get okay, install Java or something is available. So let's leave it this one. So this is the one at the moment I'm going with this one. If you want, you can add multiple commands, uh, OS uh, commands as part of the boot process. The Terraform is going to deploy the. So what we'll do, Terraform first to create the server, then we'll do in the boot process. It's going to call the user data. The user data is going to call the .sh file. The .sh file is going to run the all these commands. This basically generally when you create a server, on the top of that we are going to deploy all the setup. So I don't want to do anything manual. I don't want anything manual. I want to deploy everything as part of my Terraform build. Okay. Okay, now we have all the files available. If you can see my previous videos, you can understand what is all files. ECT prod. What I'm going to do, just creating. I'm going to explain again one more time. The in this .tf file, we have a first we are creating a one resource called user EC2 server. On the top of that, we are going to create a service. So now I'm deploying nginx. I'm going to call it as my ingress port is would be the 8080. So if you want to go with 8080 is the default one, I'm going with the default one. In real world, you'll go with 443, that is HTTPS. That's a different kind of setup would be required. Now at the moment base understanding, I'm going with basic setup now. So okay, I'm using 22 port. I want to log into server to SSH the server for Ubuntu server. The 80 port would be required for the nginx. That is inbound rule. So okay, that's why I call it as ingress. Ingress is from port is 80 to port 80. The protocol would be the TCP and the CAD range. I'll go with it as a 00. That's entire world is going to open. That's only for the demo purpose. Okay, in real world, if we want a specific one, so we have to define the values. Okay. Okay, then after that IAM profile stuff and IAM role for the EC2 instance. Okay, now I'm called as a variable and environment stuff. Then so that we can use the same code for the multiple environments. So okay, always we want to use the code. Same code would be used the why because the same code is going to deploy multiple environment. The best practice always called as a variable rather than a direct. Uh, Rather than give it as a name, direct name for the specific argument. Always go with variable. That is always best practice. Okay. Now first what I will do, that is the one I'm called as a variable here. Uh, so just variable product and all the stuff which I called here. Then Terraform TFR files. So here I call it as a each and every variable name, each and every value I declare into my locally Terraform TF files. Then install.nginx, this is one of the file that is going to deploy into the nginx in Ubuntu servers. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the Terraform. Now I'm using Terraform 12 per 20. I discussed about earlier. So okay, let's go ahead and Terraform apply. First, what we'll do, if I run the Terraform apply, so Terraform doesn't know which provider which we are using. If you can see provider, what is the provider which we are using? We are using provider called AWS and the region this would be. So I'm going to cause a Terraform. First, it clearly saying here Terraform init has to run. If I run the Terraform init, so it's going to run the first you have to initialize the Terraform so that what Terraform when you run the Terraform initialization, what we'll do is going to download the required the plugins for the based on the provider that we are using AWS. The based on the AWS provider is going to download the required plugins. Okay. Now we can see the download plugins for the provider from Ashikop site. Okay. If it is AWS, it's going to come up AWS. If it is a Google Cloud, it's GCP, we have to give the GCP. If it is Azure, we have to give the provider name would be the Azure. Okay. Okay, now run the Terraform apply. What is the Terraform apply? Terraform apply is the blueprint of the Terraform, blueprint of the services which we are going to declare. So what we'll do, so you can see all the four services which you're going to create. One is for the EC2 and the so EC2 profile and EC2 role. Okay, and the EC2 and the finally would be the security group which is creating. Okay, that's why we can see bottom four resources creating. Okay, four resources adding and 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Okay, let's go ahead and apply now. Okay, now we can see Terraform is going to create the Terraform is going to provide the services. So each service you can see all the stuff here. uh, you can see it's creating. So it's taking few minutes. You can see, let's go to the console meanwhile. You can see what are the services which is going to run. We need to go to the ec2 dashboard. Let's go back to the ec2 dashboard. Come on. You can see instances, you can see running, we can see Tesco prod ec2 one. Okay, you can see this one. Okay, next what we'll do, let's wait for the okay Terraform complete successfully. Okay, you can see now all the services got created successfully. Okay, let's go ahead and take the IP address of the open server. Okay, take the public IP of the server. Let's open to the console. Browse to take the public IP, log into the upload my keys. That's called YouTube and open. We can see now I'm able to access the server. Okay, you can see that that's the default username for the Ubuntu. Okay, let's go ahead and use the sudo -i. Okay, now we can see systemctl status nginx. You can see nginx up and running. Okay, that's that installed successfully. That means you can see nginx up and running. If I take the again uh, IP address of the nginx, if I run enter here, you can see welcome nginx. So it means the nginx installation is completed successfully. So without any issue as part of the boot process. Okay, if we want to see the maybe we can see here, but I'm not sure. Ubuntu, yeah. If you can see as part of the cloud int process, we can find out here the initialization as part of the process. You can see. So here you can see the nginx got installation. So where we can see, okay, if I scroll down a little bit below, Yeah, you can see here the you can see systemctl nginx. You can see nginx services is completed. Okay, in the top if you go, you can see all the stuff that is nginx installation. That is default location where log the cloud init dot outload. For cloud init actually basically is a init boot process as part of the server creation as part of Terraform. Okay, there we can see all the stuff. Grep, if you do nginx hyphen also, you can see here. So these are all the stuff which is come up with as part of the boot process. Okay, so we can see now Terraform got successfully completed. Now, now if I want to destroy, just go ahead and dstro destroy. Sorry, sorry guys. Now you can see you can take a command here. Now if you run the Terraform destroy, it's going to you can see it's going to destroy the services. Now you can see that is got completed successfully. If I scroll down, Tesco prod that is terminated. Okay, if you can see, still you can see, but we can see console. It's got to take it out, but let's wait for the few seconds. Yeah, we can see everything completed. I hope you guys understand how we are going to call it as user data. Just there is a argument user data that we have to call the install. You can call it as in any file. It doesn't matter. Okay, if it even if you get these values from the, if you can see user data, if you go to the document for the Terraform document that which is provided for us, so if you go to then, if you click here user data, you can see there's optional user data provision launch in the instance does not pass zip compression as part of the argument. Okay, so we can call it as any, we can do anything configuration setup as part of the boot process by using the user data. I hope you guys enjoy my video. Please subscribe the channel, and if you do thumbs up. If you want any more clarification, please do the comments. I'm happy to respond.